What's happening, gamer? Today we will be talking remasters. Some rules to follow for this list is that the core of the game has stayed the same and the main story structure had not been touched. Remakes, where developers change core elements and make the game in a different way, will have their own list very soon. Without further ado, let's see what remasters remain to keep us glued to our screens. Number 10. Medieval Remastered. Kicking off our list is the quirky Skelly Knight we all love. Developed for the PS1 in 1998, Medieval originally was a classic back in the day and had been a staple as one of the better platformers on the PlayStation. With the addition of integrated graphics, this game's charm just gets better as Halloween aesthetic pops so well with the new color palette. The gameplay is so much more smooth as most of the known problems with the game were fixed, such as frame rate issues and overall quality of life. The game really brings us back and reminds us of the good old days of platforming and deserves a spot on our list. Number 9. Demon's Souls Remastered. At number 9, we have the PS5 version of one of our favorite From Software titles in Demon's Souls. This had to make our list as the game was legendary back when it was on PS3, as it helped From Software find their Souls formula. Graphically, this game is gorgeous, while keeping the same linear story we loved. This new version gives us some new weapons, polished gameplay, and less cheat spots for players. This actually adds to the already difficult formula, but keeps it true to the gamers looking for that difficult nature associated with Soul titles. From Software does not disappoint with this one, as you can tell the developers listened to their community and kept the game true to the franchise. Number 8. Shadow of the Colossus. Number 8 goes to the colossal success that is Shadow of the Colossus Remastered for the PS4. This game has gotten remastered over and over, and still hits just like it did in 2005 with the first one being on the PS3. The PS4 edition had been an even better improvement, with major changes making the game more polished, with more detail in the environments, less dark spots, fixed glitches, and other gameplay elements like working on the horse riding. This game is the definition of, if it isn't broke, don't fix it, as the game is considered a masterpiece by a lot of gamers. The simplicity speaks for itself, as the only enemies are giant colossus that the players will climb and find the specific ways to kill. The story is very simple, with little context, other than your lover being held captive by spirits, and the spirits tell you the only way to fulfill the prophecy, your character must defeat 16 giant idols before she may be released. The presentation has you immersed immediately, and the mysterious emptiness of the world gives you a peaceful feeling. Figuring out the special differences in each Colossus and their weakness is gratifying. This is just a no-brainer for us at Heresy Arcade, and if you've never played this title, you need to immediately, as it's considered one of the best PlayStation titles ever made. Number 7. Mafia Definitive Edition.
What the hell? Morello! Bastard could have at least let me finish my wine.
Coming in at number 7 is Mafia, the classic tale of Tommy Angelo who gets tangled in a world of mobsters. Set in the 1930 Prohibition era inside a fiction big-time city modeled out of real cities like New York, Chicago, and San Francisco, Tommy is a cab driver making an honest living. After a long shift, Tommy gets held at gunpoint by two mobsters and is forced to be a getaway driver for them. After successfully escaping the cops, Tommy is given quite a large amount of money for helping them. Eventually, Tommy realizes how much more money he could make doing odd jobs for the mob, rather than work long hours with little reward. What starts as a small role begins to become much larger as Tommy keeps pleasing the mob with his performance. Eventually, Tommy finds himself in a very large role in the mob. This causes conflict with Tommy internally because he realizes the risks of being caught or killed. This remaster polishes the original with updated graphics, smoother controls, and a larger city. This version of the game is much more lively and really brings the city to life with wider areas, taller buildings, and character. Gameplay is much more fluent and less glitchy than the 2002 original. Overall, this remaster is full of life and gives gamers a great new version of a sought-after gaming title with a rich story and great character development. Number 6. Spyro Reignited Trilogy. Everyone's favorite purple dragon takes over number 6 with its trilogy remaster. Released in 2018, this title includes 3 of the first Spyro games: Spyro the Dragon, Spyro 2 Ripto's Rage, and Spyro Year of the Dragon, all in remastered form. Back when Spyro first came on the scene in 1998, the PlayStation community could not get enough of Spyro and became a classic in no time. The remaster rehauls the graphics and controls in beautiful fashion while keeping the charm that we loved from the 3D platformer. This remaster had to make our list due to the fact that it is an obvious classic and gives us 3 entirely separate games for the price of 1, whilst still hitting the nostalgia of the old games. Number 5. The Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker HD. The Legend of Zelda franchise is massively popular, and Wind Waker was a GameCube classic. Coming in at number 5 is its HD remaster. Released for the Wii U in 2013, the remaster has more detailed graphics than the original, mainly rendering at a higher resolution, a new lighting engine, and higher resolution textures. The GameCube version ran at 480p, and the HD remaster was 1080p for the Wii U. The popularity of the Wii U was not the best, and while this may have been a drawback, it gave the Wii U some ground to stand on, as the remaster was very good. The Wind Waker finds the hero Link in a sea scattered with 49 islands, which necessitates frequent sailing and naval combat. The game's art design thrives with the new rendering. The game feels like it was meant to be played this way, and is a sought-after title in the franchise to this day. Number 4. Diablo 2 Resurrected. Number 4 brings us the immortal classic Diablo 2 with modern-day graphics. While the only difference may be graphical, this title needed the facelift. The popularity of the franchise really took off with this title back in 2000 upon its release, and helped put Blizzard on the map. The Resurrected Edition allows players to effortlessly transition between old-style graphics and the new polished ones. Obviously, the game as a whole is Hall of Fame worthy, even with its old-school pixelated style, and the remaster builds on that while not changing the formula. This edition allows controller play and allowed console players to get in on the fun. Skill balances and new ways to hotkey skills have been added, but for the most part, it's the same great game we loved. This title is a classic example of, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Number 3. Metroid Prime Remastered. Coming in at number 3 is the Nintendo classic Metroid Prime. This remaster is extremely faithful to the original game. Most of the differences are gameplay polishes and graphical enhancements. Minor tweaks like level designs and control changes are the only major changes to gameplay, but the game is beautifully redone and satisfied even the purest of Metroid fans. It also allows you to configure the controls exactly how the original was, if that's your jam. Samus has never looked so good and felt so badass, and players loved to finally return to this title. This is also one of the best Nintendo Switch games on the market and is a must-have in your collection. If you haven't given this franchise a shot, this is a great place to start. Number 2. Halo, the Master Chief Collection. Number 2 is the notorious Master Chief Collection, featuring all of our old favorites with a modern reskin. The collection includes 6 Halo titles featuring Halo Reach, Halo Combat Evolved Anniversary, Halo 2 Anniversary, Halo 3, Halo 3 ODST Campaign, and Halo 4. That is what we consider some great value. Each game is exactly the way it was, with graphical enhancements being the only change, but boy does it look pretty. The Halo franchise is obviously timeless, but the graphical changes make this the best way to play these classic titles. There is something about changing the graphics on a dime from past to present that makes us smile from ear to ear. The games are obviously timeless, and with this collection bringing back the classic multiplayer we all loved from all these games, this collection is a massive success. If you somehow, some way have not gotten into the Halo franchise, then this is exactly what you need. Look no further. Number 1. Crash Bandicoot N. Sane Trilogy. Finally, coming in at number 1 is the platforming juggernaut Crash Bandicoot N. Sane Trilogy. This collection features remasters of the first 3 games in the Crash Bandicoot series: Crash Bandicoot, Cortex Strikes Back, and Warped. All three of the first titles are completely reworked graphically, and the controls feel extremely better. The original games took over the platforming world upon their release and helped build Crash into a household name, and basically became the mascot for PlayStation. This collection had to hold up to big expectations, and we here at Heresy believe they knocked it out of the park. The level design and story elements stay the same, but everything else was completely reworked and done very well. The jumping is more polished, and the levels feel much more vibrant and fuller. Before this collection, it seemed that Crash games were falling off, and left us feeling like there was never going to be another good Crash game. Thankfully, this collection relit the flame, and also showed us what a perfect remaster entails. The reason we gave this our #1 spot above others is because of its exceptional changes and value, while also saving a beloved franchise. Well, there you have it. Another list full of great must-play titles. If you agreed with us, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more top 10s like this. Be sure to check out some of our other videos, and remember to keep having fun. Heresy Arcade over and out.